Hey everybody, so welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. So today what I want to talk to you about is free wood chips from JEA. Okay, now basically if you call JEA, hang on just a second, let me grab my little cheat sheet and I'll put this on the little banner at the bottom at 904-665-6050. What'll happen is they will go ahead and schedule you for a chip drop. And if they have people that are chipping branches and so on in your local area, then you'll go ahead and get that chip drop, relatively quick. Now in the case, like for this particular load, and I've done this, I don't know, 5 or 6 times already. But in the case of this particular load, what had happened was there wasn't a lot of people up here on the north side that were doing chipping for JEA, and it's contractors. And so they put it out on an app. And that app basically keeps your number and your address in that app, so that basically once somebody does start chipping in this area, then they'll go ahead and deliver your wood chips to you. All right, it's completely free service. Basically it saves JEA from having to pay to get rid of them or add them to a landfill somewhere. All right, now I'm going to show you a video of what happened when they got here, and about how big the pile is. Okay? Hey! So basically, if you're going to get trees, or I'm sorry, if you're going to get wood chips from JEA, this is what you're going to get. All right? It's a truck full. So if you think you're just going to get a few, that's not what's going to happen. Now, you probably want to have a plan of where you want them before they get here, so that you have an idea. These guys ain't got all day and all that to get this done, so you want to be respectful of their time, so they're going to want to come back. But I asked them, no, it's alright, you're good, yeah. I asked them if they have permission to video. They also told me that most of this is oak. As you can see, it's got a lot of leaves, wood chips. It'll probably have some palm fronds. It's going to have a lot of different stuff in it. You can't select what you want. You either get some stuff or you don't. Like, there's a whole bunch of plastic in there. I don't know what kind of plastic. And they will have to drive on your driveway. It's a pretty heavy truck. Or wherever you want to have it put. That's what you're looking at right there. You can see it's already smoking. Just sitting like that, it'll start working. All right. But that's what you're looking at. I'll talk more about this in a little while. All right. So now that you've seen that, you see how big the truck is, and you see what kind of pile you're getting. I want to tell you this pile right now is about 12 by 12 ish. All right, and about 4 foot high. 4 foot high. It's a no kidding truckload. Now you can't ask for a half a truckload or nothing like that. You either get it or you don't. One of the two. All right. Now what's it made up of? So I'm going to bring you a handful here. Okay. And you can see that there's a lot of wood chips, but there's also a lot of leaves. There's a lot of pine straw in here. There's a lot of sticks and so on. Okay. Now I had asked the guy what kind of tree were they chipping down, and he said, well, it's mostly oak. But you can't ask for, I want pine, I want oak, I want walnut, I want hickory. It's just not the way it works. You get what you get. And what do I do with it? All right. What I do is I take this and I use it as a very thick mulch layer on my primarily I put it in my food forest gardens. All right. I don't like to put it in the garden. And one of the things about wood chip mulch is that it will pull nitrogen from your soil if you bury it in the soil. So I want to put it places where it's a mulch. It's not really a compost, so it will break down, and over time, depending on how long you leave it sit here, this will break down into some nice soil. Okay, but it's still going to have wood chips in it, and that wood chip I have found causes problems with things like tomatoes and so on, because excuse me, because it tends to want to, leach some of that nitrogen out of the soil and use it to feed the breaking down of the wood. Okay, it's not a bad thing, but you don't want to mix it in with your regular garden. All right, because I know, so I know that one of the things that happens when you buy bagged soil from the store, oftentimes it's got a lot of wood chips in it. But what they do is they overcome that by adding a lot of nitrogen fertilizer into that mix. Okay, when you get like potting soil and so on. All right, it will continue to break down over time, and as time goes on, it'll demand less and less of the nitrogen from the soil. Now, this works great around trees. It works great, like I said, in a layer where you're not going to disturb it a lot. Like if you're going in and pulling a lot of weeds and so on, what ends up happening a lot of times is you're mixing that soil up and you're covering some of this wood chip mulch up with soil, and that's where it starts to leach that soil, from the nitrogen from that soil. Now again, I mean, if you keep it at the top layer, it's not really a problem. And what you can do is you can take it and you can pull it back away from the area that you want to plant, and typically that'll keep most of it from going down into the soil. Small amounts is not really a big problem. It's when you get a large amount that gets, basically mixed into the soil. All right. Other than that, this is one of the best ways to improve sandy soil. It's also a fantastic way to improve clay soil. All right. The nice heavy mulch layer, and wood chips being one of the better ones, is a fantastic thing for just about any soil. It makes the soil, it rots down, it will go down into the soil, it'll improve the health of the soil, just like when dead wood falls in the forest. Okay, it improves that that soil into a nice loamy soil and makes the soil beneath it a lot softer. Typically, and I'll show you this as I go along, because we're going to go ahead and start putting some of this out. Not today, because it looks like I'm fixing to get rain down here shortly. Got like 80% chance of rain all week long. Not a problem for me, don't get me wrong, I need it. But I'm kind of trying to hurry so I don't get rained on. But basically, I put it in about a 4 to 6 inch layer and allow that to rot down. You can throw seeds into it, because as it rots down, the seeds will contact soil at some point, and you'll have basically those seeds pop up and produce the plants that the seeds were for. Like I do it a lot with cilantro. Boy, brain's not working yet. Not enough coffee. Okay, so I do it with cilantro. We do it with zinnia seed. We do it with all kind of different seeds. Okay, and when the time is right and the temperature is right for that to start to germinate, it'll do so. All right. So this is what you're looking at. You need to know, if you're going to ask for the wood chips, you're going to get a truckload. Now, you don't have to use the whole truckload. Okay, like Gordon. By the way, Gordon, hey, I've got wood chips. You want to come grab some? All right. But my neighbor Gordon, he uses a lot of it as well. And so basically, because I have a little more space, I dump it here. Then he can come and grab some as he wants to put in his yard. And then we run out, I'll go order another set. All right. So, I mean, that's what you're looking at if you order from JEA, a load of wood chips. It is completely free. Now, those of you who are not in the Jacksonville area, check your local city or county government. They may have a program somewhat similar to this, or you can do a website called Chip Drop. All right, I'll look into it. I'll put the link at the bottom of the screen here. But Chip Drop is another alternative. Chip Drop, they ask that you give a $20 donation, just to help out with the website and so on, I believe. Now, I have not done Chip Drop because I don't need to. I've got JEA here, and JEA does it for free. But they do ask for a $20 donation. It's not mandatory, and it supposedly doesn't impact the whether or not you get the actual chips. But still, I mean, a 12 by 12 by 4 pile of wood chips, I mean, 20 bucks is pretty cheap. I mean, last I saw on sale, bags of wood chip mulch are going for somewhere around $2.50. All right, so there's a lot of bags of wood chips in this. All right, a huge amount. So that's if you live in the Jacksonville area, you can go about getting wood chips, and hopefully in your area they'll have a program somewhat similar. Another option is that you can go and talk to tree service companies and ask them, how can I go about getting some of your wood chips? All right. So there you go. That's how to get wood chips if you're here in the Jacksonville area. Once again, let me give you that number. It is 904-665-6050, and that puts you in the office of the people who actually control the chip deliveries. All right, thanks for stopping by. Do me a favor, give me a like and a subscribe, and let me know what you think. Most importantly, grow something. Get something growing in your yard, and nothing will help as much as a whole bunch of wood chips that you got for free. All right, y'all come back and see me.